See the rapids here, at one time that was like our Garden of Eden. That had everything you needed, whether it be food or subsistence things. Materials for lodging, clean water, everything was here to lead a good life, you know. Standing right where a village would have been. There was a village where that first plaque I showed you, and there was a village between Bridge Street right in here too. When they treated us all the villages along the Grand River. So basically wherever there's a river that goes in, like the Rogue River or the Maple River or the Red Cedar River or the Flat River, there was a village there. And that's how the government treated us as Grand River bands. So it's plural.
Federal recognition enables tribes to be able to provide public safety, a court system. They can provide housing, health, you know, all sorts of education services to their members. You're a government within a government. It shouldn't take decades for tribes to achieve federal recognition, especially tribes that we know were here. The Grand River bands, in my opinion, should have been recognized a long time ago. And Ron Yob, the chairman of the Grand River Bands of Odawa Indians, is definitely a part of that.
There was a constant plea right from the time the treaties were signed to have the government uphold their side of the bargain. And so I put our tribe back together and went around the state and searched out our people. So we had to do a lot of research and a lot of documentation to meet all the criteria. And we petitioned to reaffirm our status. We didn't keep this fight up 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, someone could say, well, whatever happened to those Grand River Indians?
My name is Frances Campo, and I'm a member of the Grand River Bands of Ottawa Indians. I'm actually their vice chairperson. My parents raised me to be Grand River Bands of Ottawa Indian. My father is Grand River Bands of Ottawa Indians. My mother is Little Traverse Bay Bands of Ottawa Indians. My dad died waiting for federal recognition. Here we are, years later, still working on it. And it's been a long, long time.
Well, I asked the president of Grand Valley if we could put a little park on the corner here. He liked the idea. So I said we wanted to put some kind of dedication to the village site that was here. And then he asked me if would I write something, would I write a script for the plaque. I had my mother tell me how to say this in the native tongue, and on this side, it's written in our language. Bawatine in our language means the rapids of the river. This is a map before the 1836 treaty. We're right here. It says Indian country. Then on the other side, it will tell you about the treaty. Funny thing about that 1821 treaty is it was written in 1821 and our people got their settlement for it around 1979. Now those Indian mounds there, those are totally fake. They're really kind of insulting. I finally got them to put in there their symbolic mounds. And this is where we started out our homecoming festival, or our gathering, I should call it, our homecoming gathering. And we ended up getting too big to be here. Sing songs at the same time and do an offering. And when they come, they bring from wherever they're living, they find the cleanest water they can bring, and they'll bring a little bottle of it, right? And then they pour it all together, and when they do their blessing, they offer it back to the river, and they're putting in good pure water as versus something with PFAS in it or contamination or, you know, waste materials. They're actually putting good water into it. And you know, this river here, if you put your foot in this river, you're actually connecting to the ocean, because this water will run to Lake Michigan, which will run around Lake Huron, will run up the St. Lawrence Seaway right into the ocean, and the oceans are all connected. So when you touch this water, that actually connects you with the rest of the world. We're always giving, even if it's just a little pinch, we're always doing tobacco offerings to the water. It's kind of our gesture of giving back something, you know.
One of the things with federal recognition is that we are also stewards of the environment. In addition to water protectors, we also have natural resources departments. We have people who are really striving in different ways to protect the waters because they are so important to the tribes in Michigan. In 1978, there was legislation that was passed in the Bureau of Indian Affairs that basically looked at the recognition process and how it was kind of weighed and levied a little bit differently. So tribes were able to submit their applications and supporting documentation and evidence that they needed to submit. And we were actually, Grand Traverse Band was actually the first tribe to be recognized under those new rules that were established under the BIA. Personally, for me, federal recognition, with Grand Traverse Band having it, they helped us with buying a house when we were first-time home buyers, and helped me with my education. There were times that we didn't have insurance, but we were able to get health care through the tribe. These are all things that wouldn't have happened if we weren't federally recognized.
Someday this stuff will be condensed into probably a giant book, or maybe 2 or 3 books, and it's not ever going to be finished because we're always uncovering more stuff. It's going to end up being just establishing justice, you know, and doing something that's right, and should not be denied. And I don't want my ancestors, whether they be great grandchildren of mine, that I will never know because I'll be passed on by them, but I don't want them to know that when their great grandfather was alive, he didn't just be sitting on his butt watching the world pass by. He was actually being active and trying to regain their status for them.